Alrighty then. Successful indie author 5-minute focus episode 1167. Be kind when talking to yourself. Most of us have an internal monologue of some sort, and we're not always kind. Sometimes we're actually pretty mean to ourselves. So, what do you need to do? That voice that's always in your head. You need to get it under control. You need to argue with it. Because you'll start a project and you'll say, why are you doing this? Because you never finish. Guess what? It's called self-fulfilling prophecy. If you tell yourself you're not going to finish, guess what you're probably not going to do? You're not going to finish because you don't believe in yourself. Hey, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be a world-class pianist. Hang on there, big husky. How much time are you going to put in? You need to be a realist as well. And sometimes that voice is convincing you to be a realist as opposed to holding you back from what you really want. As an author, you don't need to have world-class pianist qualities and education and practice in order to be a world-class author. You just need to tell a great story in a great way. That's it. And then you got to put it in front of the right people, but that's a different effort. We're talking about just actually doing it in the first place. You need to learn, you need to study, you need to practice, and you need to get it done. You need to know storytelling. Yes, that's a grumpy mug. I don't know why. It's big enough to satisfy my coffee needs. The words you use to yourself. Don't be mean to yourself. Don't be mean to your spouse, for Pete's sake. Person who agreed to share life with you. So these internal words, don't let them become outside words, and actually fight them down, tamp them down on the internal words, because those aren't helping you. Let those internal words guide your stories. I generally just write down what I think, what I see in my mind. I don't let it be good. I like to win. You're going to see my stories. There's a victory. The protagonist wins because that's what I like to see inside my head. And I'm always happy to have the good guys win. And that's the story that I have. And guess what? I'm fairly successful as an author because the good guys win in my mind. And that's just how it is. And sometimes if they don't, it's like, what am I doing wrong that I'm not helping these people get where they want to go? So back to the drawing board. Figure out what I need to do to help them win. And that's a voice inside my head. And you see, if you've met me, you understand that I'm fairly positive because I have that voice in my head under control. Yes, sometimes it runs rampant, but I'm willing to argue with myself inside my head to get a better result, get a better framework from which I can work. Don't let that voice demean you. Say, oh man, you're scum. You might as well go do the bad thing anyway, because hey, that's you. No, don't succumb to that. Let yourself take charge of your mind. You're in control. Big fan of being in control of your head and not letting it run you astray. As I say, one of my bullet points: argue with the demon voice, because the angel on one side, the demon on the other. Hey, what are you going to do? Listen to the good voice. Shape the good voice. Chase that bad one away. And set yourself up to win because you believe in yourself. But understand that there's steps you have to take. You can't just be a world-class pianist if you don't do the work. So same thing with being a world-class author. Sometimes you got to do the work. And that doesn't mean decades of work. World-class authors are all ages. It's just you need to understand what it takes. A little study, a little practice, and then all of a sudden, hey, that voice in there that said, you should write a book. They were right. That voice was right. So support it, help it, and don't just like, hey, write a book so you can fail at that too. Who wants to listen to that voice? So don't. Listen to the good voice and do what it takes to realize success. Am I going to be a world-class pianist? No, because I don't have a piano in the first place and I don't practice. So guess what I'm not going to be? Oh, don't set myself up to fail. Set myself up to win. I can do it. I can do it as an author. Peace, fellow humans.